Myself Mohammed Basheeruddin. I am here to give for demo class for the biology subject, and my topic is respiration. Respiration, the word respiration is nothing but, if you are talking about the respiration, means we are inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. If in this process, if you are talking about the respiration in human beings or the human physiology, is inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. In that, the blood circulation and absorption and digestion is going on, and what happened, these things will help for the metabolism process. So here we are not talking about the human physiology, now we are discussing about the respiration in plants. Respiration in plants. See, in the respiration in plants, this is just the reciprocal of the human exhaling carbon dioxide and inhaling carbon dioxide and exhaling this one. The reason is that in that, why we need the oxygen, and what at that time when we are inhaling oxygen, that time we exhale carbon dioxide, then that time the carbon dioxide will go and bind to the water, and in the presence of chlorophyll, and sunlight, and the product in the form glucose and oxygen is released, and this oxygen we inhale, that is working as a metabolism. What happened, if you are talking about the respiration in plant, we have two types, aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic respiration is that in which the presence of oxygen, doing the breakdown of the complex molecule into the simpler molecule in the presence of aerobic. Anaerobic means in the absence of oxygen, breakdown of the complex molecules into the simpler molecule, and the end of the product energy will release, that energy in the form of ATP. ATP is nothing but the both case the energy release. Energy release in the form of ATP. ATP is nothing but is a adenosine triphosphate. So in our body, in the plants, after the formation of, and this process known as photosynthesis. During the photosynthesis process, what happened? The plant utilized the carbon dioxide from the environment and utilized the water from the root through the xylem. What happened? The carbon dioxide utilized with the help of water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, then gave the glucose. Glucose is C6H12O6. In this, what happened? After the formation of glucose, then we need a breakdown. Means the glucose is formed in the form of complex molecules. And this complex molecule will go and break down into the simpler molecule. And the simpler molecule, what happened after this? In this molecule, we have to break down into simpler molecule. We need some enzymes. Enzymes play an important role to break down the molecules. What happened after that? After the breakdown, needs for the enzyme, enzymes will go and bind to the substrate, that the foundation of the enzyme and substrate, it will help to the breakdown of the complex molecule. Example is one of the best example for the enzymes known as hexokinase. Hexokinase is one of the enzymes which help to break down the simpler molecule in complex molecule into the simpler molecule. what happened? If you're talking about the aerobic respiration, first of all we should know about how this substrate, what are the substrates present in that. If we are talking about in our body, we have a carbohydrate, amino acid, protein, fatty acids, lot of things are present in the body. We have to go for the breakdown. What we have to do, these fatty acids, amino acids, protein work as a substrate, and these substrate will go and bind to the enzymes and will help down to break down to the carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is break down into the two molecules of the pyruvate, and this process done under the process called glycolysis. The first process under the anaerobic respiration,